My name is Kavya R. Chavali, and I'm truly delighted and honored to be your host. Now, we all know that when we talk about Kolkata, it's a city of joy. But to me, Kolkata is also the city of brilliant and beautiful minds, because these are the minds that have managed to shape the nation's topography, be it with words that have moved every Indian, or for that matter, with the weaves that have woven 6 yards of freedom. So once again, I'd like to extend a warm welcome and thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. We're all aware that modern high school for girls, in fact, has a beautiful and a rich legacy of close to 7 decades. Now, many of your mothers, aunts, sisters, or for that matter, peers in Kolkata would have been an MHS alumni. So I'm also hoping that today's day, this very moment, will also be etched in your memory as we're announcing Modern High School International in lines with the values that we hold very dear across our educational institutes, because this is what will be dedicated in promoting creative and critical thinking for our children in Kolkata, and also for providing them an opportunity for global education. Now, before we get started with the program, ladies and gentlemen and our friends from the media, I'd like to please invite on stage the director of Modern High School International. Having joined Modern High School for Girls as the principal in the year 2000, she has been at the helm since the year, first in the capacity of principal and then as a director. So we have with us none other than Mrs. Devi Kaur, the director of Modern High School International and Modern High School for Girls. So can we have a huge round of applause, everyone? Let's make it a warm and a beautiful round of applause.
We've flown in and we really want you to enjoy the new school building that you're here to see. And I'm welcoming you on behalf of 2 constituents. One, of course, Modern High School International, and secondly, the CK Birla Group. I'm pretty sure you're all aware, whatever little I've been talking to people who came in early, but for I still want to outline that CK Birla Group is today a $2.9 billion conglomerate. We have over 30,000 employees across the group, 50 manufacturing facilities, both in India and in overseas. We operate in 4 sectors: technology, automotive, home and building, and healthcare. In the group, we have some very well-known brands that you might have heard of for years now. NBC Bearings, Charminar Roofing Sheets, Aerocon Building Blocks, Parador, a company that which is in flooring that we've bought in Europe. Our technology company is Birlasoft, that everybody has heard of, and many more. The healthcare foray is new. It's in the domain of hospitals and also Birla IVF and fertility clinics. They're present in 16 different cities in the country. As is evident today, though, we are here for a very, very different purpose. The commitment, is not just to business and nation building. The commitment extends to philanthropy. It encompasses, by the way, science and technology, art and culture, heritage preservation, and healthcare on the philanthropic side, as well as education. You all know this, I think, better than me, but in Calcutta, we support the B.M. Birla Heart Research Center, the Calcutta Medical Research Institute, which is CMRI, next to it, and of course the Modern High School for Girls that Mrs. Kaur spoke about. At the helm of our group are Mr. C.K. Birla and Mrs. Amita Birla, both co-chairmen of the group. Now, both alongside Mrs. Nirmala Birla that Mrs. Kaur spoke.
You just heard how ancient I am, and you've seen me also. And actually, I don't think I've ever addressed a press conference. And once I remember during our Diamond Jubilee celebrations, I had invited some people personally, and we talked about our week-long celebrations. That was in 2012. But somehow, Modern High School has grown and developed quietly. Today, and you must understand why. Because our chairperson, Mrs. Nirmala Birla, is a very, very understated individual. I don't think people know her. You've never written about her. You've never seen her picture. And I feel proud today. We have a new school to boast of. To stand here and say, okay, today let's make a noise. Because it's high time that people got to know Mrs. Nirmala Birla's work. And and they got to know about this, I think, a beautiful school. And this is the first curtain raiser, I think, I'm participating in. I hope that we are known as a really, really wonderful school for girls and boys. So far, I used to hear people saying, oh, Modern High School is a very good girls' school. But we all want to stop that. Why should it be only, we are not content with being a good girls' school. We would definitely want to welcome boys as well. And frankly, we wondered whether boys would come into our school. But today I'm happy to say that they are all marching in, the best of them. So this is all I have to say, and I do hope that our program will be successful. That is all. Thank you. Dhanyabad.
Hello ma'am. Now we are the administrative teacher in both abroad schools and also in India. So what are the differences that you observe in the teaching curriculum?
The curriculum is very different. In the international curriculum is very different. As I explained, it is more a concept-based curriculum. So the focus is on understanding rather than on memorization. So the objective is to ensure that the children have a holistic understanding of what it is. So we are connecting to real life and real world, and therefore it's not just bookish, it's not limited to book. So the children are expected to research, they are expected to think, they are expected to understand, and they are expected to apply themselves and their minds.
And ma'am, you have been associated with the Happy Place, a
Yes.
student initiative drive on mental health.
Yes.
So what's the role on that?
So that was in my earlier organization. So that's we as a school, even Mrs. Nirmala Birla believes in it, and as a school we are very, very cognizant and aware of the fact that children's well-being needs to be taken care of, and we are doing many things to, as I just explained to you, in terms of small class sizes. We have mentorship programs where every teacher is a mentor. We have pastoral care, emotional needs counselor. We also have a special education educator on campus to ensure that students feel supported in every way.
Okay ma'am, thank you ma'am.